This guy entered the MLB at 27. He had a great start to his career overseas before, making it to the MLB. When he finally did, get to the show, he batted 311 for his career. He had over three, thousand hits. He won a couple batting titles, an MVP, the Rookie of the Year. He was a 10-time All-Star, 10-time Gold Glover. Um, 500 plus stolen bases. A lot of people talked about him as a guy who could have probably hit 500 home runs had he decided to, swing the bat with power, but instead just like was one of the best contact hitters of all time, best leadoff hitters of all time. And I think they say when you combine his stats of his overseas work to, what we have here in the United States on paper, he could have pushed Pete Rose for the all time hits lead, in general. But Ichiro Suzuki, man. I'm gonna steal a Seattle Mariner from Wayne here. Um, I don't think there's anyone who doesn't like Ichiro as a player. And honestly, when he was, in the game, I just felt like you could never get the guy out. I mean, he could chop a ball to second base and be there within, less than 3.5 seconds and, put a nice bunt down or slap a hit where there was a hole or whatever needed to be done. But they even said, like, when they needed him to put one out, he could put one out. And he had a lot of power that was just held back because, he chose to do that. So never seen a guy, besides another 90s star with that much back control. And, yeah, man, his defense is what takes him over the top, though. When I think about other great hitters of all time, I think the fact that he had one of the best arms from right field, was an amazing fielder. He's got a lot of highlights of him robbing home runs as well. I mean, just a guy who was a complete baseball player through and through.
Yeah, no, that he was definitely on my radar. I he's definitely one of my favorite players I've ever seen. I think that goes, for a lot of people. Just that throw where he tossed out that I think it was Jeremy Giambi or whomever, like on at third base, like that was, or no, it was Terrence Long, I think. Yeah, that was just a beautiful throw. His personality, just the way he takes care of himself. He was probably the most the batting stance that I probably most like mocked. When I was like playing softball or whatever, right? So just a fun player, right? And the amount of like the time that he took to get to first base and got out of the batter's box, it was insane, right? Like you would see he was just what would look like a routine ground ball, like he would get a single out of it and get on base there, and that's the reason why he's able to have all the hits that he's been able to manufacture. So one of the most entertaining players of any generation anybody can possibly see. So yeah, that is like the one pick I'm pretty jealous about this, man. So yeah, good pick, I think.